There's a place in your house where it's cool to chill, get some me time, or even cook a meal. It's your kitchen, mofo, ain't no time to slack. So just grab yourself a penny and let's work that ass. If you're scared of this place, ain't no need to bother. Just lay down your weapons and pick up another.
And I was like, baby, 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 ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby. Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to my virgin kitchen. Hi, how's it going? You're looking beautiful today and I'm looking okay, thank you. Today we are making something that if you're in America you might refer to as cookie. We might refer to it as a biscuit here in England. But we're gonna sort of bond together, like the whole America and England, all the other countries, sort of whatever you might call it, bond together as one. And we're just gonna call it a bite. It's gonna have a bit of a lemon twang to it. There's going to be a little bit of rolling motion, and I want that taste that when you bite into it, it might melt in your mouth. Well, it might melt in your mouth. That's what I want it to do, baby. So let's go for it. These are all the ingredients you need. If you'd like to hit pause on the video right now and write them all down. Here we go. 1, 2. Hit pause right now. Get a little pen and paper. You might want to use a felt tip pen and a big board and just write them all down. Write them down. Join in. Cooking is fun. Let's go. Let's go. Right ho mofos, let's get on and just scan over those ingredients, because I know you hit pause and wrote the ingredients down, but we need to have a little look at it. If you were a drug dealer, you'd be in heaven right now. Look at all that white powder, lots of flour, corn flour and icing sugar going on there. I'm not snorting any of it, there's not going to be any around my nose, it's all going into this recipe. We've also got a lemon, which we're going to get the zest off it and also the juice out of that. Oh yeah, a little bit of butter. One part of the butter actually already I've shoved in the microwave because it needs to be room temperature. So what I've done, just blast it in there for 15 seconds. It broke it all down. A little bit of it is melted, which is good. And then there's still some like lumpy icebergs in there, kind of like a Titanic butter version. Sorry. One other thing I've got here is a baking tray, with greaseproof paper on it. Now, depending on how many of these you're going to make, you might need more baking trays and more greaseproof paper. I'm only going to make about 4 or 5, so we'll see how we get on, shall we? Let's get on and we start mixing first of all. Alright my friends, I've got a chopping board here with a nice ring from where I burnt it with a saucepan recently. Don't worry about that, it's not your saucepan. You're just going to have to put up with looking for it for a minute. Now, grab yourself a mixing bowl like this. This is a gorgeous looking mixing bowl and it will do just fine for this part of the recipe. So, what we'll do is grab our ice and sugar first of all, just pour it in there like a big white cloudy mountain, you see that? Oh, some of you guys have been saying, I love how your bin is randomly in shots in your videos. It's sort of like a Where's Wally or Waldo kind of thing. You just see the bin, look, there it is right there. My bin, my virgin bin. Okay, and in goes our butter as well. Like I say, half it is melted. Just chuck that other bit in there. You'll see it's sort of all droopy in that. The microwave has done its power. Don't do too much of it, otherwise you put it in there and go, yeah, that'll be all right. And if you give it like sort of 30 seconds, it's just gonna go and it'll be like liquidy. Did I just spit on you? Yes, I did, sorry. Okay, here we go. Icing sugar and butter in there. So give it a good mix together. Don't mix it too fast, otherwise a big plume of like atomic icing sugar cloud will come up there. So get it all nice and coated in there. And that's what we're after, my friends. Get it, oh yeah, baby. All right, funky monkeys, that mixture is all mixed together there. It's nice and light and fluffy, but it's a little moist. So what we're gonna do is add in, this is some plain flour. I haven't even sifted it. I'm being proper lazy. I'm just pouring that straight into my bowl like that, right on top of that moistness, and maybe sort of fold it over a little bit if you want. Doesn't really matter about any air time on it, but just sort of work it all in. But before we do that, we don't just stop there. We grab some corn flour, which I really hate corn flour. I've already stuck my finger in it. It's just like really powdery. It just, I don't know, it just sort of clings to you. I hate it, but it doesn't matter. We're just gonna chuck it in. Get it all in there. Wow, all good, making a mess. Stir that through as well. So the corn flour and the flour going in, yeah. Okay, so it's at the stage now where I'm feeling like I could use it and abuse it if I wanted to. I could be like, yeah, I can do stuff with you, whatever I want to do with you. Yeah, okay, so it's like that, and it's pliable. You can get your hands in there, which is what you need to do in a minute. But we're going to add a little bit of moisture to it, back to it. I've got lemon flavour in here, which if you can't get hold of that, don't worry about it. Maybe you could use some orange essence, vanilla essence. You could even use a very tweeny weeny bit, the juice of a lemon, only a smidgen. So I'm going to add just a squirt in of a teaspoon of that, because it's not as intense as a lemon. Mix it through as well. Lemony fresh. Yep, so that lemon's in there, and look, I've actually got my hands right in it now, and I can pick up a big clump. It is like having Play-Doh in my hands, okay? So I can pull a little chunk off, and I can start to make little sort of golf ball sized balls. Obviously, a golf ball is a ball, not like a triangle. That'd be weird. Yeah, so just roll it up like this. You got yourself a ball. So do balls, please. About 10. Yeah. Okay, so after getting your balls and you put them on your baking tray, you flatten them out into discs like this. So you can roll the ball up and then pat it down, or you can just do it in one fluid motion. So grab yourself some dough, like that. Roll it more into a ball, like this. That's not really much of a ball, but it's better, it's smoother. You want it as smooth as a baby's bun, by the way. Bum, not bun. I don't know why I said that. So yeah, one thing you can do now is just get your other palm in your hand and just squish it down a little bit. And that gives it a funky sort of disc feel to it. And you see how smooth it is, like a baby's bum. You can do little patterns on it. Let me show you right now. Yeah, come on, let's go. Okay, my friends, there's lots of things you can do with it. These are some ones I've already done, by the way. But you can get the back of a spoon, push it in, and have a little sort of crater so you can fill it later on. You can get yourself a knife and score some things on. I'm just going to keep it simple. As you can see here, kind of like Wolverine from the X-Men has gone and slashed down them. Just grab yourself a fork, and if you push down into them fairly lightly like that, you get a nice sort of slash mark down it. Like a cat. More like Wolverine. I prefer the Wolverine reference. Yeah, that makes me feel like a man. Urgh. There we go then, my friends. So as I said, I was going to make 5 or so at the start of the video. I've got 10 there, so 2 times 5 equals 10. That makes 5 things because we wedged them together. But I've got enough of the dough there to probably at least make, I'd say, another 3 or 4. But I haven't got enough baking trays. I've just got the one. But if anyone wants to send me a baking tray, you're more than welcome. And I would like to talk to you. I'll say, look, so-and-so from Kansas sent me a baking tray. That could be a lie. So what we're going to do now is plonk these in the oven. And then we just sort of rest for a bit. We have to do the filling. And then we generally rest. That's what we do. We like to rest, don't we? Okay, my friends, we're now putting these in the oven. I put the temperature at the bottom of the screen. So they're going to go in there only about 10 to 12 minutes or so, just to firm up. They might go slightly golden brown as well. Just as they get to that point, you want to stop that. Look, the bin is getting into the shot once again. Tell you what, name My Virgin Bin. And whenever we see them in a video, we'll give them a little shout out. Could be a male, could be a female, I don't know. So, the filling to sandwich them together is just 3 ingredients. Well, you can mix it up a bit if you want. If you use a lemon, obviously if you don't want to use lemon, you can maybe go like orange or something like that. Something wild, maybe mint chocolate. Ooh, that would be good. So we've got some icing sugar, the lemon, which we're going to juice and zest, and some butter. Now that is room temperature butter as well, but because we started the other steps of the recipe, that's quite a hot day. Don't need to microwave that. We're doing it classic, baby. Room temperature. We're just letting it go and melt. We're just going to mix these all together, add the lemon juice, teeny weeny bits at a time. Because you don't want to add too much lemon juice and get to the point where you're eating it and you're like, because like lemon juice is sharp, okay? You don't want to be like eating it like that face that a baby makes for the first time when they eat stuff. I see enough of that from Chloe. Yeah. Okay guys, so all I've started doing first of all, we've got the butter in there and I've been zesting my lemon. I only want about sort of half the lemon in there. You can see it's got those slash marks down it again. Another Wolverine style reference. What we've got here is the lemon zest neatly sitting on top of the butter like a snowflake. Kind of cool, huh? Snowflakes fall on a house in the winter. Beautiful. Okay, a little bit more lemon. That'll do. Just half a lemon. It's going to have a little bit of a grainy sensation. Optional again. Optional. Everything is optional. Life is optional. I didn't just say that. Okay, now the icing sugar, we'll just pour this in and I'm going to beat this together. Be there, no spit. Okay, so I've been beating this together with my spatula and it just feels like an endless task. All it feels like is I'm just stirring round powder with a bit of butter in a bowl. But keep going and you will get there, my friends. Dedication. Let's go. Just keep going, it'll be fun. Okay, my friends, so literally 4 minutes after that last shot, I've beaten it together. I was getting angry with it, and it's all smooth and gorgeous now. Look at that, and I even got some on my thumb. Let's have a taste of it. Ooh. I got a little spank of lemon zest there, but there's not enough citrus flavour in there. So I'm going to grab my lemon halve right now. I'm going to squeeze, going to give it one squeeze like this, just to dribble through my hand like that. My hands are clean, by the way. Thank you. So let's just stir that through again. Little quick stir like that. So it's gone a teeny bit more wetter. Wetter is an amazing word, by the way. Thanks for that. Let's have a little taste of this now. Oh yeah. Who's the daddy? I don't want too much lemon zest in there. Ew! Baby face, don't want that. If you want the baby face, add the whole freaking lemon in there. Thank you. Right here, my friends, that has been 15 minutes, or if you want me to be precise, 14 minutes and 32 seconds. And I've just put them on this board over here, okay? So they're nice and firm on the outside, but they still look like they're uncooked. Apart from this one here, it's got a bit of a brown edge, but we won't look at that. The rest, almost perfect. We've got those fork marks, woo, Wolverine style, still slashing down them, looking good. So they're all delicate and tender and ready to be eaten once they cool down. Although warm would be kind of nice, but to contra that, our filling is in the fridge, so you're going to bite into this fresh, sort of buttercreamy, lemon, spanky taste, and you're going to love it, and I'm going to love it too. And you can do a video and I'll watch you eating them if you want. If not, you just have to watch me doing it. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm letting these cool down completely. We're going to ram some filling in there, and I will eat one. Okay folks, we're about ready to start filling these up now. I've paired them up. You know, I didn't roll them up perfectly, I must admit. There were some sizes that were a little larger than the others, so I've done my best to find, you know, one that matches, you know. So the filling is straight out the fridge. It's still cold. Citrus loving in there. So I'm just going to spoon a little bit out. Oh my goodness, there's actually zest in that. You probably can't see that bit. I'm just going to lift one up. Let's lift one up here so you can see it. And just push it down with my finger. It almost looks like a little bit like a macaroon. So let's have a little bit more than that. Spoon it down on there. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to squish this lid down, and it should push the filling out. Here we go, like that. And that's it. That is one done. Huge, big lemon thing. Do that to all of yours. Okay folks, bit of a funny angle there, but just to show you they are all nice and filled up. I tilt it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Look like hamburgers or macaroons. I'm liking the macaroon reference. I'm just going to dust some icing sugar on top of it like that. That is completely optional. Maybe you could add some more lemon zest. You could add some just standard sugar on there, but that is ready to go. And I'm ready to eat it. Oh, there you are. Alrighty then folks, I've got mine here and I'm ready to bite on it straight away. So let's go for it and see, ultimately, what does it taste like. Oh my goodness, it is like a melt in your mouth feel. It's got that crunchy outside, like a cookie or a biscuit. That wasn't American. Oh my goodness, and then it just starts to melt in your mouth. It's like a dream just swirling around in there. It is so heavenly. I'm loving it. Lemon-tastic. So if I can make that, absolutely anyone in the world can. Have a go for yourself. Let me know how you get on. Put your own twist on it. And I'll see you again next time.